High in the Himalayas lies a nation often described as a spiritual utopia, a place where ancient monasteries cling to mist-shrouded cliffs and national success is famously measured by happiness. But entering this sanctuary requires clearing one of the most strictly controlled immigration checkpoints on Earth. The primary filter is financial. Every international tourist must pay a daily Sustainable Development Fee, or SDF, simply for the privilege of remaining inside the borders. This horizontal bar chart compares the baseline daily cost of Bhutan against its neighbors. With a $100 fee required before food or lodging, the budget heavily outpaces Nepal, India, and Thailand. This premium is an engineered economic barrier, enforcing a doctrine of high-value, low-impact interaction. The calculation you have to make is whether the reality on the ground justifies this elite price tag. To understand the Bhutanese blueprint, we have to look past the mystical marketing and analyze the cold data. Unless you hold a passport from India, Bangladesh, or the Maldives, you cannot simply book a flight. You must secure an approved visa and a registered itinerary well in advance. This scorecard breaks down the exact daily math. The $100 SDF is just the baseline. Add meals and approved lodging, and your daily burn rate accelerates quickly. What this financial filter produces is an intensely private travel experience. You are entirely insulated from the dense crowds and congestion that define modern global tourism. Once inside, your transactions operate on the Bhutanese nultrum. It is pegged 1-to-1 with the Indian rupee, stabilizing the local economy while you spend. In exchange for your capital, you gain access to a slow-paced lifestyle protected by the state, deeply anchored in the daily rituals of Tibetan Buddhism. The immediate trade-off is a total lack of budget infrastructure. Backpacking does not exist here. Every day is calculated and curated. You are paying a massive premium specifically for the absence of mass tourism. That isolation translates to pristine environmental data. Bhutan holds the rare distinction of being carbon negative. The math relies on the country's massive protected forests. They continuously absorb more carbon dioxide than the entire domestic population emits. Maintaining that purity requires rigid civilian mandates. Plastic bags are strictly banned, and the sale or public use of tobacco carries immediate financial penalties. This strict social code extends to human safety. Violent crime is a statistical anomaly, making the country exceptionally secure for solo and female travelers. The true hazards are geographic. Unforgiving altitude sickness and narrow dirt roads carved into steep mountain terraces pose a constant physical risk. From June to August, the heavy monsoon season turns these routes into active landslide zones, halting movement entirely. The utopian safety statistics you read about are the direct result of strict legal enforcement. Visiting means fully submitting to these behavioral codes. Relocating here permanently shifts the math entirely. The domestic job market is highly protectionist, built to insulate local citizens from foreign competition. Work permits for expatriates are virtually impossible to obtain outside of specialized sectors, like international NGOs or the engineering of heavy hydropower dams. This split-screen graphic compares the stark economic realities of moving here. With expat rent far exceeding the modest median local wage, this friction locks out casual digital nomads, making long-term settlement unviable without corporate backing. The economy's uncompromising nature mirrors the national dish, ima dachi, a potent, spicy mix of chili and cheese requiring immediate adaptation from outsiders. The bureaucratic and financial hurdles act as defensive walls, protecting the local culture from foreign dilution. This quadrant chart maps financial effort against actual value delivered, dividing who should and shouldn't attempt the journey. On the bottom left, the high barrier disqualifies budget-conscious backpackers. But on the top right, the equation balances perfectly for well-funded eco-travelers, prioritizing absolute safety. If you have the capital, the country offers a pristine, high-end serenity that is impossible to replicate. The prohibitive cost is exactly the mechanism that funds the uncorrupted culture you arrive to experience. Bhutan's blueprint is a masterclass in engineered exclusivity. It sacrifices massive tourism revenue to physically and culturally protect its ancient fortresses and way of life. If you want access to the high Himalayas without the strict financial filters, Nepal offers the geographical scale for a fraction of the price. Would you pay $100 a night just to stay in the happiest country? Let us know below. Next stop on our journey, Bolivia. We will explore the surreal landscape of the world's largest salt mirror. Subscribe below.